Recently, I had the pleasure to take a full set of Maltby clubs out here on course at Carrollwood Country Club and test them out. Now, if you don't know Maltby, it's a direct-to-consumer brand, and I think it's probably the most overlooked brand right now in golf. You don't see people making YouTube videos about it. You don't read articles about it. There are guys in the forums talking about these clubs, and they talk very highly of them, and that's for a reason. That's the only place you're probably going to hear information. Well, probably Let's Play Through now. But let me tell you, they offer exceptional value for the money. And our friend Stu in Arizona recently sent his full bag out. I got to test all the clubs that he's using from Maltby. And let me tell you, some of the best performing clubs that day were the wedges. Now, this is something that was not on my radar. I had known the irons, I had tested out a driver on this show, I knew they made putters, but really didn't think that the wedges would be a standout. Well, boy, was I wrong. These things performed incredibly, especially on some really difficult to hit shots for me. 30-yard shots are probably the hardest for me, where I'm kind of in between clubs. I can't really take a full shot, can't carry a lot of green, that sort of thing. Well, I had those shots in the first 2 holes playing with these clubs, and I was able to get up and down and convert pars on both of them. That certainly got my attention, and for the rest of the round, I really enjoyed playing with these wedges. But on today's video, what I want to do is give them a full test. We're going to look a little bit more into the technology behind these wedges, and we're going to see how they perform out here on course. Let's get to work. So looking down at these, you can see Stu did some incredible customizations to these clubs. This is not how they come out of the factory, but it's really fun. And a couple folks pointed out that this was a reference to the movie Pulp Fiction. I didn't get that the first time, but as you can see on the 58-degree wedge, she's got hamburgers.
Hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
And the name Vincent. And on the 54-degree wedge, he's got a gun that says "Be Cool," and it's Jules.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
I love me a Royale with cheese, I gotta say. Love that movie as well, but I didn't catch it myself, but thanks to the Let's Play Through fans, we know why Stu did this. But let's look a little deeper here at the technology behind these clubs. First of all, these wedges are fully forged, and they come in 2 different sole widths. 0.900, which is designed for golfers with moderate to good short game skills, and then you've got the 1.05s, that's what Stu has here. These are designed for more of your everyman, more of the mere mortals that watch this show. These 1.05 wedges have 2 screw weights in the back, so you can adjust these from minus 2.6 grams all the way up to plus 4 grams of head weight. And if you can see where those screws are positioned, that is really important because a lot of amateurs miss their shots near the toe, and we need a little bit more toe forgiveness when it comes to wedges. Also, a little higher up on the face is generally better because when the ball impacts a wedge, it kind of slides up the face. So you want the weight a little higher and you want it a little bit more towards the toe, and that's exactly where Maltby placed it. You can see they've actually cut out some material here towards the heel to really accentuate that fact as well. So really interesting design to these wedges. And the last thing that I like about them is the milling on the bottom. You see the striations there, those lines on the bottom. It matches my irons that I play, the Adels. I love the turf interaction I get from those irons. And when I had these out on course for the first time, I really love the turf interaction I was getting from these. It's a subtle little touch, but I think it makes a lot of difference, especially here in Florida in the Bermuda. The other thing I'll say is these have really nice weight to them. They feel really solid and they bring my center of gravity down, which I really like. The best part of these wedges though probably is gonna be the price. For $49.99, you can get these heads and you can shaft them up, put some grips on them, and you'll be well under the $100 mark. That is incredible value. Now, Maltby does have club packs with their irons where they give you a fully assembled iron set, but they don't seem to do that with wedges. At least I couldn't find that on the website. So you will need to either shaft them up yourself, or what I would do would be take it to a place like the PGA Tour Superstore or your local golf shop and have it done there. But again, you can have this custom wedge to your specs for under $100. Now, Stu actually convinced the folks over at Maltby to give a set of these wedges away to the Let's Play Through community. So I have a 50, a 54, 58 set of wedges that Stu himself assembled for us. They are ready to go and ready to ship out. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can win these wedges. It's really simple. Now let's see how they perform out on course. All right, first test here. I'm 95 yards out from this flag stick, and I want to test stopping power on full shots. I'm also going to test turf interaction, sound, feel, all that good stuff. Let's see what we can do here with these Max Milled wedges. It's on a good line there. Is it enough? Wow. I caught that one just a touch fat. I'll still say it got through the turf pretty nice there. That thing backed up when it actually hit the green. We'll be checking the pitch marks here in just a second as well. But if you also see that contact, that's what I was talking about. This is where I hit a lot of my wedge shots, especially chips around the green, often hitting them towards the toe. And they've moved a lot of mass here to optimize that strike position that a lot of us amateurs make with wedges. And we get a little better result like I did just then. Shot 2. A little better contact there, although I'd still say it was slightly toe side. And again, that thing definitely just kind of hit and stuck. One more here. Again, nice high trajectory. And that's my best one right there. Again, I hit all 3 of those toe side, but in the air, I don't think you could tell the difference. Great shots, great turf interaction, good feeling club, good sounding club, and I really love the weight of this thing. It kind of pulls me down, my center of gravity, my own internal center of gravity. I like a heavy wedge, and this is that. Here are my shots on the green. One short, that was the first one. The second one was a little better, and the third one was definitely our best. That one's pretty darn good. Checking the pitch marks here, you can see it's right next to this ball. That thing did not go far. This one hit a little better, landed right here, rolled out to there off one hop. Again, this one landed right here, rolled out here. One hop and stop. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna take out the 58-degree wedge here for the next test. I'm gonna hit just some small little chip shots off the green here with this one. Now, I really love the turf interaction I was getting on full shots, and around the green, having these little grooves milled into the bottom of this club, into the sole of this club, are going to really help me get through this pretty sticky Bermuda here in Florida. A lot of people come to Florida and they struggle out of the Bermuda around the greens. But having something like this with a nice bit of bounce as well should help us out considerably. Let's find out. That was nice. Again, I hit just a little bit behind that ball, but it still moved through the turf pretty well, and I was able to make good contact there and get the distance I needed on that shot. Shot 2. Yeah, it slides right through that really sticky stuff. Much better than most wedges. That was a really good shot there. Look at that, nice little grab. Came out kind of funky out of that lie. That was my worst lie of the 3. But at least 2 out of 3 of these I'd say are very makeable. This one's a little bit more difficult, but still really only about 4.5 feet there. I'd say pretty darn good. Next shot's a really difficult one for me. I'm gonna hit about a 30-yard pitch shot, and I want this to really stop dead. I've got to put a lot of spin on it, and I've got a very tight lie. They mow the grass very, very low on the aprons and the run-ups here to these greens. Again, very difficult shot for me to pull off. Let's see if I can get the weight of that shot right. Let's see how they spin, and let's see if we can knock 1 or 2 tight. I do have 54-degree wedge, by the way. That came to a dead stop. The brakes came right on, so I've got to carry that a little bit further. Tons of spin there. Came off the club nicely. A little further. Look at that thing spin. Very nice. That was a lot better. We're gonna hit one more. Look at that thing spin. That's so good. That is tasty. It's a shot I need to practice a little bit more to get those a little tighter, but for a shot I'm not too comfortable with, and for a wedge that is not the one in my bag right now, very good results. Let's see how this thing does out of a bunker. Now we can't test sand wedges without getting in the sand, so we're gonna do that here, but this sand is in really rough shape. In fact, I'm gonna try to smooth it out a little bit because we had a hurricane come through here, Hurricane Milton, that completely washed these bunkers out and pretty much made them unplayable. So we'll see how we can do out of these really tough bunkers with the Max Milled wedges. 58-degree wedge in hand. Let's move some dirt. Oh, that came out pretty nice. Boy, 4 feet. Not bad, but let's see if we can do better. Ooh, I like that too. That landed softly. I'm gonna hit a little different type of shot here. Maybe a little lower trajectory with a little more spin. Let's see what we can do. Boy, 3 for 3, those are very makeable putts. Out of the sand, these things absolutely passed the test for me. All right, so we've seen that we can hit some low, really spinny shots with these. Let's now see if we can hit some high flop shots. Tough shot to pull off, but it's gonna test the versatility of this club to see if we can use it in multiple ways. I've got the face wide open here with the 58. I'm gonna try to slide that club right underneath, like that. Got the weight of that one pretty decent. Probably have 6 feet, so there's room for improvement, but not bad. Not bad at all. Slid under there, nice. Whoa, that one came off lower. It was hit off the toe, and that thing like came to a complete stop. I've got to get a little air under this ball in order to pull this shot off, but I don't want to give it a perfect lie either, so it's kind of somewhere in between. One more. Ooh, that's the best one right there. Stop. Not too shabby either. So those are the Max Milled wedges, guys. I think they're some of the best wedges I've ever tested on this show. I do think that they're going to be more suited to the mid to lower handicappers out there. If you're looking for a high handicap wedge, I'd probably recommend the Wingman wedges from Tour Edge Exotics. Again, another budget wedge that performs really well. But if you are a slightly better player, I think you're gonna get a lot out of these wedges. You're gonna like that forged feel. You're gonna like the weight and heft probably, and you're gonna like the way that they interact with the turf. I enjoyed them immensely. I would absolutely put these ones in my bag if I was planning on making any changes, but right now I'm not. Now, like I said earlier in the episode, you can win these wedges for yourself. I've got a link down in the description, a very short form to fill out with your name and your email. We are gonna be drawing a winner in the next couple of weeks here on Let's Play Through. Throughout the holidays, we've got tons of giveaways, so make sure you are subscribed, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.